More hidden costs on Justin Trudeau's refugee rush. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. We've been telling you from the beginning that Justin Trudeau's ill-conceived plan to rush 25,000 Syrian refugees to Canada as quickly as possible was going to cost you dearly. They didn't think this plan through, and that means extra cost for you, extra cost for me, the government of Canada spending like there's no tomorrow. That includes paying foreign governments to take refugees off their hands and huge airfare cost. It's all detailed in this latest order paper question, a formal response to a formal question tabled in the House of Commons. Now, on the airfares, did you know that we spent $53.5 million on airfares to bring 25,000 Syrian refugees to Canada? Is that good, bad, indifferent? Are we getting good value for money? I don't know what the cost of a flight was back in December, January, February, but I can tell you that right now, we paid through the nose. $53.5 million divided by 25,000 works out to $2,140 for every man, woman, and child brought to this country on a one-way ticket, I might add. What does a one-way ticket cost today? Well, if you want to fly from Ankara, Turkey, one of the departure points for refugees coming to Canada, cost you a little over $900 for a one-way ticket from Ankara to Toronto. You want to fly out of Beirut, you're going to pay between $1,000 and $1,100 if you plan it correctly for a one-way ticket. And if you want to come out of Amman, Jordan, it's going to be a little bit more, about $1,300. You might pay as much as $1,500, but definitely not $2,140. These tickets were being bought in bulk. There's no way that we should have been paying, in some cases, double the cost. But that's what happens when you don't think things through, when you don't plan and you just say, we have a photo op to get to. Damn the costs. This is an ill-conceived plan from beginning to end, including, as I said, paying foreign governments to take refugees off their hands. It's right in here. On top of the $53.5 million spent on airfare, transportation, and so on, there was $55 million spent on settlement agencies. $17 million went to an organization called the International Organization for Migrants. And right here on page 8, it details that part of that money was used to pay off the government of Lebanon. Now, Canada didn't pay the government of Lebanon directly. No, we paid someone else who paid the government of Lebanon. Let me read to you from it. It said that this money facilitated the obtaining of exit permits for the Syrian refugees resettled out of Lebanon by providing payment to the government of Lebanon for exit permits on behalf of the government of Canada. I don't know how much of the $17 million spent with the International Organization for Migrants went for these exit permits. It doesn't say, it doesn't break it down. But I will say this, it doesn't matter what the cost was. Why on God's green earth was the government of Canada paying the government of Lebanon to take refugees off their hands? Lebanon has opened its doors to people fleeing violence in nearby Syria, but they've also made it clear that they can't handle all these people. They want help. Along comes Canada, offers help, and we end up paying to take the refugees away. That makes no sense at all. But then again, this plan didn't make sense at all. This sort of payment shouldn't have happened. These sorts of huge airfares shouldn't have happened. But if Justin Trudeau and his group had just slowed down and done this thoughtfully, done it in an orderly manner, guess what? You wouldn't have been paying through the nose from the beginning. Unfortunately, Justin Trudeau had one thing in mind, making himself look caring, making sure that he had good photo ops, and fulfilling his vanity project promise to show just how compassionate he was. Shame on Justin Trudeau, and unfortunately, shame on Canadians for electing them and emptying our pocketbooks.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.